Hey Govcon Giants family, Eric Coffie here. In today's video, we're going to discuss the DoD $7 million contracts that came out this past week. In fact, we're just going to look at the ones that came out on actually July the 31st. But let me explain to you what that is and what that looks like. Each and every week, the Department of Defense posts on their website, DoD $7 million, all of the contracts that were awarded in excess of $7 million. I use this information to search for opportunities for those folks out there to find places where we can subcontract out and also people that we can potentially partner with because, again, who doesn't want to partner with a company that just won a $7 million plus contract? Now, obviously, this is not practical for each and every one of us. However, it's a great way to look at, okay, where is it that you want to go and also who's got the money? So a lot of us out there, we are not in a position yet to become a prime contractor, but we can target some of these companies that are consistently winning large contracts, reaching out to them to find out where there's an opportunity for us to sub. And at the very least, you can find out what are the requirements so that you can get qualified in order to start doing business with them. It's always great to learn what you need to become ready so that that way you can get ready. I remember a long time ago, Magic Johnson spoke at the University of Florida and he said, be prepared for when the opportunity shows up. And that involves doing your homework. I speak so much about learning, studying the market, understanding the market. That's why I've been successful because I do a lot of research. I don't do a lot of bidding. I do a ton of research and I'm laser beam focused. Like, one of my guests said, I go a mile deep and not a mile wide. So I want to give you all the tools that you need so that you can start going a mile deep as well and being laser beam focused. And this is the start. Now, again, like I said, you don't have to use this website. This is a website I use. I am working on this upcoming week, starting to curate all of this content and tweet about it and put posts and like daily blog posts on my website, govcongiants.com, regarding this information. So that way you don't have to worry about it. But let's get started. Let's just look at July the 31st. I've already kind of gone through it, so I cheated a little bit before I made the video, but I want to go through, and there's a couple things that stood out to me that I want to talk about today. Let's just jump right in it. The first one that stood out to me was U.S. Transportation Command. This company right here, Crowley Government Services. Crowley Government Services was awarded a contract modification for $328 million, and it for movement of freight within a continental United States. It says here, and Canada under the Department of Defense Freight Transportation Services Program to DLA and Defense Contract Management Agency. So they were just awarded a $328 million modification. That takes the total value of their opportunities up to $766 million. I know so many people are out there in trucking. 2 weeks ago, there was a event for truckers. Now, looking here, it seems Crowley Government Services is the one that's getting the bulk of the contracts. I want to give you the full page so we can take a look because I did some more digging around. I didn't just stop there. I pulled up their website. I looked at what they do. They actually move all types of freight. And then I went a step further and let's pull them up in FPDS and see how many opportunities they have. And so Crowley has been winning a ton of contracts in this particular space. I even went to GovTribe and did some other research on them. So again, that was something that I found very interesting right off the bat was this company winning these large contracts. Now, again, if I was in this industry, I would find out how to become a subcontractor, what are the qualifications, what are the requirements. I'd reach out to them. And even if you're not in this industry, how many of us know people that are in this industry? I get those calls and emails every week. Eric, I do logistics. I do freight. If they want a large contract to this magnitude, they should have to put in place, by the regulations, a subcontracting plan stating how they're going to be using small businesses. So that tells me there's an opportunity for you out there. I know on Wednesday, when I did the IG Live, we had a young lady who had said she has 10 or more trucks, and she is her owner and operator of trucking company, logistics. So this would be perfect for someone like her to reach out to Crowley and find out, hey, what is the process to becoming a subcontractor? So these are a lot of things that I do, we talk about, and that was one of the ones that stood out to me. Something else that stood out to me right off the bat was this one by the DLA. And so this one was for oil contracts. I know some people in my space that do oil. Probably a lot harder to break into because this was all the big boys. So this was BP, Valero, all the companies that we know, U.S. Oil, Phillips 66, Chevron. So I don't know if there's any opportunity there. But again, looking at what's out in the marketplace and understanding it, it gives you, again, I just want to give you more tools, more resources so you understand what is the potential. Now, this was really interesting here. Crown Clothing Company out of New Jersey. They are actually winning contracts to make men's coats. A lot of people have, I know, for example, when we talk about industries, sewing, and we talk about, and I mean, when we look at these types of things, we forget that there are opportunities out here. And I know folks that have factories, and everyone is so focused on PPE, and there's other opportunities going right by. You don't have to all make masks when there's contracts to make jackets. On that same note, I saw another opportunity where, hold on. Hey, for my manufacturers out there, I got some manufacturers in the room. This is IDIQ for slip ring assemblies. It was a sole source contract. And there's a couple more I want to touch on before we jump off today. Let me see if I can find it. There's a company out of Puerto Rico that won a contract that was really interesting. Maybe I could Google Puerto Rico. Give me a second. Stay with me. Here's something. Hey, look. This company out of Arkansas City, Kansas, they're furnishing labor materials for clearing, snagging, top bank, channel excavation, disposal of excavated materials, removing, seeding, mulching. That sounds like to me companies that do landscaping would be a great target. U.S. Corps of Engineers, Memphis, Tennessee. I mean, they were just awarded this on the 31st. Definitely some subcontract opportunities there. Hold on, let me just do a quick search and see if I can find it. Boom. Okay, here it is. Aurora Industries out of Puerto Rico. They won this contract to make extreme cold and wet weather jackets. So I thought that was really interesting, when I looked at it. But definitely take a look at this. When you look here on the U.S. Department of Defense, $7 million plus spending, there are opportunities for companies out there to find out, like, what are some of the, if I was a mid-tier company, a small business, say 10, 12, 20 employees, maybe this doesn't work for micro businesses, but if you are a small business, but you're not a startup, right? So if you're doing, I don't know, $1 million a year, anywhere between $1 million to $10 million a year, this is a great place to go to find larger subcontract opportunities that can really help you double your sales, triple your sales, or even quintuple them. So definitely want to look at that. I would highly encourage everyone out there to look at the DoD $7 million list. Just again, it's another resource. It's another thing that when you're like, Eric, I don't know. Like so many people say, Eric, I don't know what else I should be doing. I don't even know where I should go. Well, this is one of the places that you should go to take a look. Thank you so much for watching this video. Continue to share and comment and give me feedback on what you like, what you don't like, what you'd like to see, and I will try to make more content just like that.